Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. In my home state of New York, Albany politicians, they have decided that they know better than the people that they serve. They've moved to rip natural gas out of all new construction in residential homes as of January 1st, 2026, and they're marching towards banning it in every new building. It's not just bad policy, it's a direct assault on affordability, reliability, and my constituents' safety. When government bans natural gas, the cost of everything goes up, especially building a home. It can go up $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in upgrades. And that's money that my constituents don't have. And it pushes the homeownership dream further out of reach for our youngest generation. Monthly bills pile up because in states like New York, heating with natural gas is extremely cheaper and more reliable, frankly, than electricity. In my district, we know what happens when the power goes out during a brutal winter storm. We saw this, I lived this, during Winter Storm Elliott in 2022. Families, if they were left with nothing but electric heat, it was a dangerous and deadly situation. We lost 69 people in that storm. People can and will lose their lives when politicians take away their ability to choose the energy source that makes sense for their homes. Mr. Hughes, how are these natural gas restrictions affecting builders in the housing market today?
How are gas bans? Well, again, the increased cost of having to go total electric, because the equipment, as a rule, is more expensive, and it operates more expensive.
Yeah, I met with many home builders in the last month in my state, and they've got people literally walking away from the table when they've told them they can't get their building permits registered by New Year's Eve day, and they will have to fully electrify their homes in New York. I appreciate your answer. Energy choice gives families the ability to pick the most affordable and reliable way to power their homes. The same principle needs to apply to our federal government. Yet current policy has moved in the opposite direction, forcing federal buildings to eliminate natural gas and rely exclusively on electricity. Natural gas powers backup systems that keeps our veterans' hospitals running, supports energy-intensive work at our national labs and military installations, and removing it reduces flexibility, it increases costs, and it makes critical infrastructure more vulnerable. The numbers tell the story. Natural gas is more affordable than electricity and will remain so for decades to come. The DOE analysis shows eliminating it could increase energy consumption and emissions, which totally undermine our efficiency goals. These policies risk disrupting operations, jeopardizing national security, and wasting taxpayer dollars. Federal agencies need options so that they can operate effectively and reliably, just as families deserve the same flexibility in their homes. Mr. Steffes, what kind of long-term uncertainty do gas bans and fossil fuel phase-outs like Section 433 of the Energy Independent Security Act pose for Washington's gas customers?
Well, it creates an environment where businesses, or the federal government in this instance, is unaware and uncertain about what their next investment is going to be to meet the energy needs. If you restrict natural gas, which is very affordable, very reliable, again, our reliability to deliver to the federal buildings is 99.7%, you take away the ability for them to find redundant and resilient electricity when they need it through backup generation, but you also then impose increased obligations on the electricity grid, making that even more strained than it is already today.
We're seeing this in real time in New York as the governor has increased, had her Public Service Commission increase utility rates for the second time in a year. My constituents are facing double-digit percentage increases in their utility bills. We've taken power off of the grid and increased the demand on the grid and are surprised that the cost is rising at a drastic rate, and that's exactly why I have introduced the Energy Choice Act, which hopefully this committee acts on very soon, that would ban the bans, ban the natural gas and propane bans that a lot of our left-leaning states are going toward. At the end of the day, energy choice is about freedom, it's about affordability and common sense, and families shouldn't be forced into costly one-size-fits-all mandates, and neither should the federal government. Taking away options doesn't save money, it raises bills, it doesn't improve reliability, it weakens our systems, and it puts people's lives at risk. Real leadership means empowering people and agencies to choose the energy choice that works best for them, and energy choice is not negotiable, it's essential. And with that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman.